Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a translation video for the Dear Dr. S booklet. Maybe some of you are like me and decided to pick this up and don't exactly speak Japanese, especially not fluently. So I decided to go through this and translate a good majority of it just to kind of help people be able to use it. I really was looking forward to using this to track all of my health, and in doing so I had to translate it. So I figured that in that process I would just share it with you guys. So why don't we just go ahead and get started. So I didn't translate the first couple of pages just because it's a lot, but we will start here on the first page. So at the top it says to write in pencil in case you need to change anything, and then right here it asks if you have any medical conditions. So right here it says no, and this one is yes, and then if yes, you will write what you have right in there. The next line is what is bothering you about your condition, so then you can fill in below there. This third section here is asking about allergies, so if you have any, the first one is no, second one is yes, and then these are the different types of allergies. So if you put yes, then there are three options. So there's allergies to medications, food allergies, and other allergies. So say if you have other allergies like I do, I put seasonal next to that so you'll know that you have seasonal allergies. Right here is asking if you have a history of smoking. So this is no and yes again. So from going forward, nai means no and aru means you have. So I do not, so I didn't put any of that, but there is some different options. Okay, so the first one is daily average for 1 year. The second is daily average from what year to what year. And then this last one is when you started smoking cessation, which is like when you're trying to get off of it. And that is the day, year, and then month. And then the last section on this page is asking how much you drink. So this first option is hardly at all. This one is average in a week. Then there is drink every day. And then this one is type of alcohol and amount of alcohol. So you can go ahead and fill that in for whatever type and amount you normally drink. And then here, this is about hereditary disease prevention. So this chart is kind of goes by the disease name. If this is your category right here in the middle, and then this is your family member. So it goes heart disease, hypertension, stroke, diabetes, autoimmune disease, mental illness, cancer, and other. And then this is where you would put what age you were diagnosed with that, if you were. So for example, I was diagnosed with depression when I was 18. And both my mother and my grandmother were also diagnosed. So I put my age and then who in my family was diagnosed. And then I was never diagnosed with cancer, but both my mother and my grandmother both had it. So I put them in that section there. So this section is summary of bodily events in chronological order. So there is a chart here. And essentially this is the year, your age, notes of sickness and health, medical institution and doctor's name, and changes in life. So I don't really have anything to put in here, and I haven't gotten around to filling this out yet, but that's essentially how you would fill this out. And this goes on for quite a few pages until you get to page 18, which is medical exam record. So this is a lot of stuff that I wasn't familiar with, so I didn't translate all of this, but I think a lot of it has to do with like blood counts and things like that. But up here, this is the medical institution's name, and the date would go here. Then your height, your weight, your abdominal circumference, so like your waist, and then this is the one I was struggling with, urinalysis protein. I don't know if we necessarily measure those things in the United States. I know Japan and their like hospitals are a little bit different, so that's okay. And then obviously here is your BMI, and this is metabolic syndrome. So if you're more familiar with medical terms, maybe this is something for you to look into. I don't really know all of that info. I think when I go to the doctor, they tell me my height and my weight, and that's about it. So totally up to you if you want to look into that further. So then up here, this first one is chest line. So this first option is no abnormalities. Number 2 is saying there is a problem. And then down here you can further describe the problem. Under that is electrocardiogram. So again, no abnormalities, and if there is an abnormality, then it suggests to get an electrocardiogram copy. Then here is vision. So the left and the right eye, I am a negative 1.75 in both eyes, so I put that there. The next one is something, again, I wasn't familiar with, a fundus examination. Not too sure. And then just other inspections. Down here, this is items requiring re-examination, results of re-examination, and what to be careful about in the future. So this goes on for a few pages here. I think this is 5 years worth, if I'm correct. Yes. So then on this page, this is a screening checklist. So up here at the top, from left to right, is type of medical exam, inspection method, year. So from the top to the bottom, stomach cancer, colorectal cancer, lung cancer, cervical cancer, breast cancer, osteoporosis, HIV, hepatitis B, and hepatitis C. And then the inspection methods are x-ray, colonoscopy, chest x-ray, and spectrum cytodiagnosis, I believe. Again, I apologize, I'm not super familiar with the medical terms. Cytology, mammogram, bone density test, antibody blood test, blood antigen and antilytic, something like that. And then antibody blood test again. So you can mark that you've got these done each year if you do so. So I think most importantly, if you know what you're being screened for, the method isn't as important to know. And page 31 is vaccinations, immunizations, and infections. So these are the different types of vaccinations. So from on the top, from left to right, is type, received, in what year, and then it took, I don't know if that would be like a booster shot, most likely. So the first one is the measles, rubella vaccination. And this is like the 4 different, so this is measles, this is rubella, and this is the first and the second vaccine, and the first and the second vaccine of that as well. Then the flu vaccine, the varicella, DPT, so this is literally D, P, and T of that vaccination, hepatitis A and B, the pneumonia vaccine, and the cervical cancer and HPV vaccinations. And then over here, this is the annual vaccination record. So this is the type for this column here, the year and the month received, and any remarks about the vaccines. Page 33 starts the drug record. So on page 34 at the top, this is about allergies and side effects. So up here, this is just about allergic reactions. So number 1 is name of medication and what happened. And number 2 is the same. So you can have 2 different types of medications that you're allergic to on this page. And this is just side effects. So I guess it's a little bit different. If you had some type of minor side effect that you still wanted to note, would be down here, but this would be for like serious allergic reactions. On page 35. This is the medication record. So up here, reason for taking, name of medication, quantity, when to take, day started, stopping day, and if you forgot to take it. I apologize, my camera just cut off. So back to what I was saying, I believe that these pages are more or less for like cold medications, but I decided to put my allergy medications in here anyway. So it's up to you how you want to use it. And then this goes on and for a couple pages. I think this is for the 5 years. Actually, this one is just 3 years worth of medication. And then a note section, which goes on for about 6 pages. And then starting on page 47, we have dental history. So on page 48 at the top, again, we have the institute and the date. So this would be your annual dental checkups every year. So this first section is dental decay. So none, have, and then how much. And then it also says you can show it on the diagram over here. So this one is gum disease. So none, pay attention to it and be careful about it. Have. This says moxibustion case. Again, if you're more familiar, maybe that makes more sense. This one is gingivitis, periodontitis, and other. And then you can put what kind in there. This one is plaque, small, moderate, or a lot. Tartar, none, or have. This one is removed at med exam and then removed. Tongue buds, so this one is few, moderate, many. And this is just saying they are bite-like ones visible on surface of tongue. So I'm not sure what exactly these little stars are for. I don't know if it's just a further explanation, but I'll read those anyway. And then we have condition of tongue and mucosa. So this is none or faulty. Let's see what else. This one is wisdom teeth. So for me, so this is how many teeth you have, how many you have, how many you've had removed. And then this section here is for other problems. And down here at the bottom is required treatments. So this is treatment required. Just be careful and watch out. Treatment start date and time, and then the end date and time. So these will go on for the 5 years. And page 53 is about the 7 questions. So it seems like these are things you should be asking or paying attention to when you go to see the doctor. So number 1 is, why did you come here today? Number 2, among them, what is the most bothersome? Number 3, when did the symptoms begin? Number 4, does it make you feel bad? This kind of translated a little bit strangely. Does it make you feel bad if you do it? Number 5, does it make you feel better if you do it? So I'm assuming that's saying, is there something you can do to make it feel better? Something you do that makes it feel worse? And then number 6, have you ever gone to another hospital with similar symptoms? And number 7, what do you think you want to do today? So again, translated a little bit strangely, but that is what it kind of roughly translates to. Number 55 and 56, this is about don't fall checklist. So I didn't end up translating those because I didn't think it was really relevant for my life, so I apologize for not translating that. And then just like some very wordy things. And then on page 61, which is the last page, this is your personal info. So pretty much like your contact information. So up here we have name and birthday, so year, month, and date. Blood type, which I actually don't know my blood type, so I'm kind of interested to get a test done to find out what type. And then insurance number, family and principal. Then we have emergency contact and then their phone number. And then my hospital and contact info. So these can be the different facilities that you use. So if you want to put like your dentist, your general doctor, that type of thing, and then their contact info over here. So I don't know if you want to put the doctor's name and then the phone number, or the address and the phone number, whatever you want to do. Then the last thing in here, we have a couple different things. This, I don't know what it is for. I kind of thought it might be to cover up personal information in the book if you didn't want it to just be out in the open. And then this is a weight chart. So you can track this, you can track your weight on here. This is kind of like the 1st through the 31st of each month. And I'm assuming you could probably just go in, I don't know if this is just for a month. That's why it's kind of confusing to me, for 1 month. I couldn't really figure out how to use this unless you were going to use different colors for the 12 months and then just kind of look how your weight fluctuates throughout the month. That's definitely an option. And then you can write in weight, like a weight that is relevant to you. So whatever your weight range typically is, you can put it around here. So that is everything in the Dear Dr. S booklet. Hopefully this helped you guys out a little bit. I apologize if some of my translations were a little wonky, but I did my best to make this usable. So I'm looking forward to filling this out and putting my own info in here so I can use this just to track mostly my dental health. I think that's probably the thing I'm most concerned with, and my weight as well. So hopefully you guys enjoyed. Thank you so much for watching. Make sure to like if you enjoyed, subscribe to stick around for more videos, and check out my other videos if you haven't already. Thanks again so much for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye bye.